Okay, so I came up to the hood here for about 4 or 5 hours here, and well, I guess if you count from the time I started from the house until the time I get back to the house, it'll probably be like 8 hours. But between getting up here, going to Home Depot, getting some stuff, and coming over here and doing this project, it's about 8 hours. But actually, only in Baltimore, working for probably 5. But in any case. I had a couple of projects I have to do today, and two of them are basically done. And I got an hour and 15 minutes left. And so one project I had to do today was I had to kind of dig a makeshift sump pit. So basically, this side of the wall right here is leaking water. I think that the guy who's rated on this side here, I think that his drainage pipe has got a crack in it, and so it's leaking through the wall. I can't really prove it, and I know that from being over there. I know that his basement, his drainage pipe, his main discharge water line is basically underneath cement. So the only way I'd actually be able to find that out is to actually dig through this wall, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So basically the next step for the time being was to kind of build, just kind of crush these cement edge, or break out the cement edge of the basement and dig a little drainage pit into a makeshift sump pump. So basically you can see I basically dug a hole right here at the footer of this column right here, and I got a bucket and I bought a new sump pump for about 135 bucks, and I just dug a pit so that or a drainage pit so that when it drains, it's going to drain right into that hole, which is where it usually goes, but there was no hole there before. And then it will, when the bucket gets full, the pump will activate, and it will just kind of pump it all out that drainage pit right there. And the second thing I had to do was, and hopefully that will kind of draw. You can see the basement is kind of damp because the water was just coming in and just kind of draining over to the other side of the basement. So that will hopefully dry out the basement. And so the other thing I had to do here was basically organize the back half of this basement. As you can see, it's a pretty big ass basement. And because I have to see what I need to do to get this part of the basement dry, which is probably going to mean me dumping a lot of concrete onto this slab. So probably, you can see it's bubbled up there a little bit. I'll have to break that down, flatten it out, and then probably put down a vapor barrier or pour like an inch of concrete over most of this right here. So I was basically cleaned up this whole back half of the basement so I could see where I'm at and what I need to do to accomplish that task. And so that's what I did today. I'm going to go do a little drywalling, and then I'm going to go home and watch the UFC match.